So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. It's a simple philosophy. I don't know if you get this. Most people who show up and want to listen to a show like this anyway, I mean, it's tactical and practical for some people, but I'm a simple guy. I'm a common sense kind of guy. I look at the world and I say, well, can we just make it easier? Come on, somebody uncomplicate this for me. And so a simple philosophy that I just started living years ago was, well, wait a second, Scott. I was talking to myself in the mirror one night, probably with a glass of wine. And it was like, if you do more of what you love and less of what you don't like to do, you're probably going to have a better day. I know. Call me silly, but it just makes sense. So today, when you go about your day today, just kind of keep that, in your ear. Scott said, try to do at least a few things that I really like to do. And if there are things I don't like to do, try to do less of that. I know sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do. I get it. It happens. It's life, okay? Life is not perfect. Life is kind of crazy, but simple stuff. It's a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. 20 years almost. Can you believe that? Back when podcasting was the pod thing. Now it's like mainstream. It literally is now mainstream. Most people listen to a podcast during the course of a week. That has not been that way for very long, but man, what a ride it has been. My name is Scott Smith. Good to have you here today. Simple mission. I get out of bed every single day and on purpose, feeling if I use my gifts that I have, some people would consider this a curse versus a gift, but my mouth runs. It says cool stuff. I usually don't know what that is. It helps a lot of people, and I'm happy with that. And that's what I do. A simple mission is to get up and help you if I can. Stand up, take a step, repeat, and keep going until you get what you want. And along the way, figure out the stuff that's tripping you up. That's it. And so far, the mission's worked well. Surprisingly stumbled into it over 20 years ago, and this will take me to a retirement if that ever happens someday. We'll just keep going until one day the podcast doesn't come out. One day you're like, what happened to Scott? He must have plumbed or died. Plumbed or died. Must have seen a movie at some point. I told you, I talk, I have conversations, and essentially I'm a very positive, upbeat guy, but I run into a lot of people and I had some questions. So this week I'm on my Face Your Passion coaching call. This is a wonderful group. I'm telling you. It's an implementation community group. We get some deep conversations, and man, it is so cool. Smart people that really are kind of working on the inside out. I just love it. And my job is to facilitate these calls, these guided coaching calls. I get them on the call. My job is to, deliver the goods, make it a good experience for them, let them get something from it, kind of like the podcast, right? So it's a small group. We only had about 8 people on the call last week. It's an intimate group, very neat stuff. FaceYourPassion.com if you're interested. And I had a question. And my question was this: in the year that I've been running this group, I said, this group is about passion, purpose, meaning, and legacy. So what would you say is the one description for all of this stuff? In everything that it was, I know it's a terrible question, right? But it worked. I just want to know kind of how they felt. That was it. And I didn't want to kind of close them in. I didn't want to lead them with it. So I was like, well, so what would you spend a year here talking to me twice a week, and we're working through this stuff and life is going really good. But what would you say is the thing that has become the most important to you? And as I went through the group, the first woman who answered me, she said, it's money. And everybody's like, whoa, money, boo, it can't be about money. And I said, wait a second. What do you mean by that? She says, well, I just understand that, if I'm having trouble right now because of money, then I want to live my passion. I got to go fix that problem. So to me and it's okay. Again, I'm not going to judge it. I think it's a momentary thing. I believe it's an important part of life, but that's what she said. But I got to tell you, it was so funny because the whole group was like, boo, ew, yuck, money's bad. And it got all philosophical really fast. And I just kind of let it go. And then I stoked it a little bit because it's not that. It's how you view it. It's like having a problem in the world, the old NLP presupposition. There is no problem. There is only how you view the problem. And that's why I stoked it. And that's where she was that day. And when she fixes that, she'll be happy. And then I'll ask her to be another answer. That's what she said. It was money. So what's the next one? Jesus. That was the next one. See, however you find your spiritual happiness, however that comes to you, what will happen is you cannot go down this path that we're talking about today, this personal growth path. You cannot go down this path without arriving at a point in your life where you'll say, is there more? You just can't. You're going to arrive there. You're going to hit the wall. Even science is now hitting. I mean, science is kind of material. It's like, if this happens, that happens. Science doesn't count what happens in the middle. They can't do it yet. They're still trying. You cannot go down this path of growth without at some point saying, is there more? Where the hell did I come from? That was her answer. And so of all the stuff we talk about, 6 passions yesterday, all the stuff we talk about in Face Your Passion, that's it. Cool. I accept that. What's the next one? A client of mine, Chip, I'll mention his name because he's been around for a while. Good guy. Hey, Chip. We talked years ago, I began talking about what I call the average perfect day. And that is, if every day could be on average pretty good, it would make sense your life is pretty good. So everything that I do in everything I teach is about that. It's about, we should do stuff, generally speaking, every single day that's gotta make us happy at the end of our life, right? We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't wait 10 years doing stuff that we hate and then fix it. We should start today. Simple concept, but he said that's what it comes down to. It comes down to having an average perfect day. That's his purpose. And that's my purpose, by the way. If you ask me, there's a lot of purposes I have, but pretty much I want to get out of bed in the morning, have a really good day, most days. Then I want to go to bed, have really good dreams, and then I want to get up and do it again. I thought it was a pretty good answer. One more. Health and faith came to the table on the next gentleman. I get it, because a lot of times, particularly if you're a faithful person, a person of faith, if you will kind of go through all the categories and then say, add my faith. But once you get that under control, you'll say faith first. But in this case, he's got some issues. So it's health and it's other issues that are there. But it's like, you remember Sandra Bullock in Miss Congeniality? And she just gave this crazy speech and she goes, and world peace. It's kind of the same thing. But eventually it comes up first. Okay, I talked to 4 more people. So let's do 4 more people of what they said when I asked them what was the thing that they got by working on themselves for about a year in my Face Your Passion group.
I see you.
Avatar: Fire and Ash is now streaming on Disney+. It's the film critics are calling the best Avatar yet.
Yeah! Go, 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 go!
A true epic and completely jaw-dropping.
This is the only pure thing in this world.
Return to Pandora on Disney+.
It will be an adventure for the whole fam.
And watch the Oscar-winning phenomenon at home.
This is sick!
Avatar: Fire and Ash, now streaming on Disney+. Rated PG-13.
Growth. Now, I will tell you, growth is probably one of my top values, I would imagine. If I'm not growing, you've heard this before. If you're not growing, you're dying. Tony Robbins said that. And then he made a big smile and said, make your move. It's true. I will tell you this today. If you're stuck, it's because you feel like you're not moving forward, you're not growing. The fix to that is very simple. If you feel stuck, if you're frustrated, you just got to switch it around and say, okay, what's going to make me grow a little bit? And you'll feel happy. Even if you don't get what you want, you'll feel happy. The next guy I talked to, he said, average perfect day again. That's it. In his case, it was balancing the 6 passions, determining what he loved to do most, and try to do it every single day and just balance it out. Not every day is going to be perfect. Some days, frankly, are going to be a royal suck, and you need to love the suck. Embrace the suck. Is that what the Marines say that, right? SEAL, somebody says that? I don't know. Embrace the suck. There's a lot going on these days. People, there should be no suck. That's wrong. There is going to be suck. It's always going to be there. If you don't embrace it, the world's still going to give it to you. Wham! I'm just being honest, right? I don't like who he talks like that. Sorry, it's how I talk. Colorado gentleman chimed in. He said, my 6 passions. He didn't understand the concept of 6 passions till about 4 months ago when I taught it to him. Now he embraces it every single day because, like I've said before, if you understand the things that you enjoy in your life and you get pleasure out of, and you make it a point to do at least some of those things every single day, you're going to be at least somewhat happier, right? Just makes sense. I cannot tell you how many people put off all the stuff they love to do for someday. I don't even get that. It's just not even in my understanding at all. And finally, what I ended up calling the trilogy. Mental, physical, spiritual health. But the way it was delivered to me was in the past year of learning and paying attention to myself, I wrote it all together into one. I take care of my mental, physical, and spiritual health, and the rest is good. And ultimately, that is the goal that we're doing here. The problem is we're just humans. That's way above our freaking pay grade, you got to admit, right? We don't know how to do that. And so if you want to do that, it comes down to the little stuff I talk about all the time. Because if you get the little stuff right, and you know this, you've done this before. You've done it before. You get the little stuff right, then all the big stuff kind of takes care of itself. You begin to trust. You just let it happen. You let it flow. And some days it's going to feel like, well, Scott said let it flow. But it ain't working. I get it. Happens. Hey, listen, all things Scott at motivationtomove.com, all spelled out. Facebook page is there. The courses that I have, all that stuff is over there. The Face Your Passion coaching group is there if you want to be part of that. Any questions on that group? Some people don't want to just jump in. Just send me a note. Support at motivationtomove.com. We'll jump on a Zoom call. I'll answer all your questions. You'll probably jump in because you're going to love what you hear. And if not, at least you'll know, okay? What should we do? How about another daily boost? But not today, because we only do them daily. You get that concept, right?